Hi, I'm an instructor for programming for the internet. My name is Steve Giles, and I just wanted to spend a few minutes telling you some exciting information about the class. So if you want to get some detailed information about the class other than this video, I recommend that you go to the course schedule in the CCV website. So I clicked on course schedule, and then I'm going to go to online. I'm going to say view the schedule. Here's our class 2140, and here's a detailed syllabus of the class. You can even get more detailed information by clicking on the Moodle site, and here you're actually going to see all the information for our class, including the assignments and everything else. So this is a great resource if you want to explore it further. So I'm going to click on the syllabus here, and then here's our detailed syllabus for the class. The book is free, the 3rd edition, and it's available at the Hartness Library. The 4th edition runs about $20, and you can get that if you want. But the 3rd edition is free. The 4th edition runs $20. Either one works for the class. So you can have the 3rd or the 4th edition. I might recommend the 4th edition if you would prefer like a physical copy. But if you want just something online and you don't want to pay, I would recommend the 3rd edition. So here's our weekly syllabus. The first 6 weeks are basically concentrated on learning the fundamentals of JavaScript. Like learning what is JavaScript? How does JavaScript differ from other programming languages like Java? What's a variable? What's a function? How do you use those? What's an operator? What are statements and loops? So again, that's basically the first weeks, learning the fundamentals of JavaScript, and we aren't going to go too fast. We're going to go at a good pace, and if any of you ever get stuck, reach out to me. I try and respond within 24 hours, and then we also have some nice peer review discussion forums that are optional that you can always interact with your peers and get some feedback from them. So it's a very interactive class, online class. Now, the rest of the class, starting at week 7, it gets really exciting because you actually start building a real e-commerce website that has JavaScript in it, that does interaction with the client on the client's computer. And what I mean by that is JavaScript runs on the client. It's a client-side programming language. Now there are other programming languages which are sometimes referred to as server-side programming languages, which would run on the web server. Examples of those are like perhaps PHP, C#, Java, things like that. So those are server-side languages. JavaScript is a client-side language that would run on the client's computer. All right, so here's the e-commerce website, and what I'll be doing throughout the semester is providing you with a template that basically has HTML, and you'll be adding JavaScript features to it. So I want to show you a couple cool features of the completed solution. So I have a shop page, a checkout page, a login page, and a register page. And then down here on the bottom, I have a product listing page and a contact us page. So on the shop page, this is really cool. Here I have 4 products, and I notice when I hover over them, a border appears around it. That's done through JavaScript. I can specify how many products I want to add to my cart, and I can click Add to Cart. So notice on the top left of the page, a little message comes up that says 1 was added to your cart. Isn't that cool? So it slowly faded away. That was all done through JavaScript and CSS. Now watch when I put my cursor over the icon, nice dialog came up, modal dialog. That's done through JavaScript. I can remove it from my cart, and now it's gone. Another cool feature, I can implement drag and drop. So I'm going to add this to my cart using drag and drop. That's all JavaScript and HTML and CSS. Another thing I can do, I can go to my product listing page, and then here it just displays a message of the URL. Now what I want to do is I want to go back to the previous page, and I'm doing that using the Windows object. So now let's go back to shop. I can go to the contact us page. Here I have a form, and I'm in JavaScript. I'm obtaining the values of the fields using the document object model, which you'll learn about. In the register page, I have another form, and I can actually register on the website, which is really cool. And then when I register and log on, I'm going to save that information to a cookie. So when I come back, if I do have this checked, it's going to remember me. That's done, again, that's done through a cookie in JavaScript. So one of the things that you need for an e-commerce website to really work is a payment gateway. And a payment gateway is a third-party provider that does credit card authorization. There's a lot of different vendors out there that do credit card authorization. Here's a list of them. Like you have probably heard of PayPal. But what we're going to use in this class, the one that we're going to use, is Stripe. So I actually created an account in Stripe. I'm going to log in. So now I'm logging into my Stripe account, which does credit card authorization. And notice this says test. So I'm in a test system, which is really important. So now I'm going to go to my website and I'm going to submit a payment. And it says success. So now let's go back to our payment system. So now we're in our payment system. We'll click logs and it's loading. So here it is. Here's the message that we just sent from our website saying, hey, the transaction is successful. So that's really cool. So we're going to do real credit card authorization. And if I decided to enter this credit card number, which is probably invalid, your credit card number is invalid. So nowhere in my site I have this message, your credit card number is invalid. That actually came from Stripe, or Payment Gateway. So those are a few features that you're going to implement in the e-commerce website. But it's going to be challenging, and you'll probably spend a significant amount of time on it, but it's going to be really fun, and I think you're really going to find this class rewarding, especially the first half. The second half. The first half, again, fundamentals. The second half will introduce some new features, but it's mainly concentrating on practice and doing something real.